Hey alla barn! Oh, I'm sorry. Hey everyone, Morten Ostad here with another video, and in this video I will be showing a record that I picked up yesterday, and along with another record by the Norwegian electronic duo Röyksopp. I picked up the brand new album by Robyn, the Swedish multi-talented artist, who I am profoundly fond of. And it's funny that the Röyksopp record and her record were released yesterday because, of course, Robyn has lent her voice to Röyksopp on many occasions, and she actually also have worked with other, electronic artists and acts. But one other artist who also worked with various, electronic acts, who I'm also very fond of, which is, of course, the Norwegian artist Aurora. And so they sort of cross each other's paths without doing it in the collaborations. Aurora will be releasing an album with one of the members from Chemical Brothers soon, in May, I think it is. I pre-ordered that, by the way. But we're not here to talk about Aurora or Röyksopp. We're here to talk about Robyn. Robyn was born actually in the same decade as me, which is weird for me to think when I see this wonderful artist. She was born in 1979. Her parents were theater folks, and by that I don't mean carnies. No, so she grew up in an environment with people like she explains it how she grew up around people who would change their clothes and then change their characters all the time, and she thinks that might have had an effect on her own ability to perform and be an artist. She one of the first things I know that she did was she voiced a character in a Swedish Norwegian animated film called I had it here somewhere. She voiced, it came out in 1989. She voiced the character of Miranda. Miranda in Journey to Melonia, one directed by Pierre Orlin. And again, an amazing director there. Film loosely based on William Shakespeare's The Tempest. And then she recorded a song called Du kan alltid bli nummer ett. Du kan alltid bli nummer ett. You can always be number one. For as a jingle or a theme tune for Lilla Sportspegeln, which is Sportspegeln is a Swedish television sports program. Usually comes I think right after the regular news, but this version is for children. And since then she was discovered by the Swedish pop singer Meja in 1990. And I think at the age of 14, after completing middle school education in 1993, she signed with Ricochet Records in Sweden, which was then taken over by BMG. And she collaborated with the producers Max Martin and Dennis Pop. And she would then go on to release her first album. And, it's at this time I was aware of her, but it wasn't the kind of music that Morten at the time was particularly interested in. So these are albums where I went back after I purchased another album, which we'll get to in a second. So, her debut was Robyn Is Here. And she of course had a big hit on this. What is it again? Yeah, it was of course with a big hit, Show Me Love. And then maybe that's where she was briefly, if I remember correctly, sorry if I don't, well known across the globe maybe as well in the States. This was followed up with My Truth. and Don't Stop the Music, all of them containing hits, but I get the feeling when I read up on her that she was not very comfortable about this, and she would later on break with the record company, and because I don't want to step on any false things here, but if I remember correctly, it was her desire not to be presented like some sort of Swedish, the artist I'm thinking of, like Britney Spears, a Swedish Britney Spears. So she took control of her career and who she worked with and what she did, and the result was this wonderful album, Robyn. And this is when I feel that I discovered her, and I was like, wow. Again, not necessarily music that Morten would normally be into, but when it was delivered by her, and Who's That Girl, Robot Boy, Be Mine, Crash and Burn Girl, Should Have Known. It's just such a strong album. And this, by the way, is the first one that I think this was the first one that I also got on vinyl. So I have a couple of her things on vinyl, and we are the vinyl community, so I should show you the vinyl of this. Was this a Record Store Day? Yeah, this was Record Store Day release. So, after the fact. And this is pop music for viderekommende, as we say, pop music for people who have advanced. And then she did this big project where she released basically 2, but in a way 3 albums. The third one, I suppose I would call an EP. And this was later cooked down to a double LP with some songs omitted. But if you have the CDs, which I do, is these wonderful things: Body Talk Part 1 and Part 2 and Part 3. So these and the previous ones are very much, it's kind of what I felt that Gwen Stefani could have done if she had been a little more jordnära when she did her solo career, with all this konnichiwa stuff. And Robyn did that too, but I just believe it more from Robyn somehow. And she didn't grow into this Beverly Hills, Housewives of Beverly Hills type. Ooh, I stepped on a lot of feet there. And then in, when was this? 2018? Yeah, it's 8 years ago. Christ. And she released her next album, which is, I guess, a little more on the sensitive side, maybe. Honey, which I still can't believe I didn't get that on vinyl when I had the chance. So, but hopefully it'll be reissued again soon. Here she's very grown up in a way, I would say. And that leads us to today, and or rather yesterday, with her brand new album, which is, I'm a little unsure if I got, I thought this was going to be a gatefold. But anyway, this is Sexistential by Robyn. And boy, am I looking forward to this. I mean, I try not to talk about how attracted I am as a man to female artists, but she really ticks all the boxes for me as someone who's so intriguing. You know, she's that indie bass player girl and all those other things at once. And probably, I don't think she would mind that. Probably a bit scary, you know. What is the... You kind of get the sense that she has a voracious appetite for life, which... you know, you want to get out of her way, or you get run down maybe, because she is just such a strong. Yeah, maybe she's not strong. I mean, she's a person like everyone else, and she probably has. And I read up on her and seen her talk about herself in interviews, and there's so many levels. But I admire her so much, just like I admire Aurora, for example. And for example Björk and so on, but yeah. So the tracks are Really Real, Dopamine, which is the one track I've heard from this record so far, Blow My Mind, Sucker for Love, and side B is I Don't Mean a Thing, Talk to Me, Sexistential, Light Up, and Into the Sun. And it's her own imprint, Konnichiwa Records. Comes with a little transparent sticker there, but all it says is that it's on exclusive white vinyl. I did not pick up the CD this time. Try not to spend. And like I said, I had a couple of gift cards, and I got this one, and the Röyksopp one, which costs almost twice as much as this. But it's also a double album, so... I'll just show you the Röyksopp one, which will be in its own video. It's funny when you're making a video about someone, an artist that you want to get it right, or I want to get it right, and I try to read up on things, and it goes out one ear and out the other, or whatever you want to say, and then I get nervous because I want to I want to do this right, but so yeah, I hope it gets through that I'm very excited about. Finally there's a new Robyn. Äntligen får vi något nytt från Robyn, för det har tagit en tid här stund. So there it is without the glare of the shrink wrap. And naughty. Oh, yeah, okay, so I think maybe what I thought was a gatefold is actually this poster. It was just shown in the on various websites, the record and the album in front, and then it looked like it was a gatefold, but it's this poster. So there we are. And I think the record is a lot about her place in the world at this moment, at her current age, and and again being very uncompromising and grabbing what she wants, and alongside being a parent, and yeah, you get it from the title as well, I think. So if I got it right, she returned to a previous producer, Claes Åhlund, for this, and some of these songs were presented. I think was she on the Saturday Night Live for its 50th anniversary, which is so I think maybe she was there, but was there tracks from this on there? I don't remember now, but yeah, so she has a long list of people she's thanking here, and there is the other side of that, which hopefully won't get in trouble with the old YouTube algorithm there. But finally, let's have a look at the old vinyl, which comes in a somewhat appropriate inner sleeve, which has an odd consistency. And like it said on the front, this is a white vinyl, and so far I've only seen this variant and the black vinyl, and they had both, but the price was exactly the same in at the Platekompaniet. I think it was more or less, or maybe it was like $2 difference. Nothing exuberant or anything. I think I paid about $32 US for this one, which helped, and also that I used a gift card for that. Because yesterday was the day of the release, the nice young people there at Platekompaniet asked me if I wanted to get a goodie bag, and so I said yes. And one of those things was this poster. Here we are. And there is the other side of that. The wonderful, sexy and amazing and just, a storm of talent she is, Robyn. And I also got this tote bag. Is that what we call them? We are. And you could sign up and leave her a greeting in the store and sign up for a contest to see her live. She's playing live here in Oslo. It's in June. Tempted to buy tickets for that, but we'll see. So this was in here, and if I think it contains what she has up her person there, which is a, what do you call it, sparkler or Roman candle, did we used to call it? And there's stickers. It's funny, I thought that one of the labels would be this, but maybe this is a 12-inch. I'm not sure now, because you see also the mouth there. I thought I'd seen someone else show that, but maybe that's on the black vinyl. And there were a couple of these keychain things here as well. Yes, guys, so that was a great video for me to make, because now I can listen to the album. And yeah, I'm looking very much forward to listening to the new album by Robyn. Don't know if there will be a needle drop for this. Of course, if I was making money from these videos, there wouldn't be, because you know how that works. But I do try to do a little needle drop here and there to introduce you guys to music you may not have heard. But my experience with Swedish artists is that even, you know, artists that are not necessarily known outside of Scandinavia, like Håkan Hellström, I have to go back and, you know, edit my videos and get rid of the music, because they get blocked everywhere. So we'll see what happens anyway. So guys, if you enjoyed that, please click like. That helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. If you have any comments, that makes me equally happy. And I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Take care, guys. And I think happy Easter time period, spring break is in order. Cheers.